With the Bad Batch Season 2 underway, the first two episodes begin a new way to look at the transition period between the old ways of the Republic and the newly formed Galactic Empire. It has also given us a new way to look at the individual identities of the clones during the change in the Star Wars galaxy. Yesterday, I made a review video of the first two episodes. I'll link it in the description below, so go check that out after this video finishes. As I was a bit harsh in my critique of the show, I did mention that this show is a different medium with a different style of storytelling than what we've seen before. But I thought about the episodes all day at work and realized there was something I failed to talk about. I don't know, maybe this topic just deserves its own video anyway. And that topic is the ending of the second episode. There is so much more to it than what we see on the surface. And you won't want to miss this. Plus, at the end of this video, I will give a couple small bonus topics to discuss. If you love Star Wars as much as I do, or you're just a casual fan wanting to talk about the greatest franchise ever created, then you've come to the right place, because Star Wars is all I talk about, and I upload new content, well, whenever I can, really. So if you have an interest or love for Star Wars, go on and hit that subscribe button, and turn on all notifications, and join this growing channel for deeper discussions, theories, and Star Wars lore. Each one of you is appreciated more than you know. Now, let's get on with the topic. Now, I know at the end of this video, some of you will be thinking that not everything in Star Wars is that deep, and you may be correct most of the time, but this time, it really is that deep. In the first episode of the second season of Star Wars Bad Batch, we are introduced to a clone we have never seen before. Easy enough, there are millions of clones, and there's no way we could have met them all in previous Star Wars stories. The clone I'm referring to is Captain Wilco, the ranking clone stormtrooper who is in charge of the gathering and shipping of the late Count Dooku's treasures from his palace on Sereno and delivering it to the hands of the Empire. But there is so much more to the story of Captain Wilco than what lies on the surface, as I said before. And I'll get to the ending of the second episode here in just a bit, the Ruins of War. But first, let's take his name. We all know that clones are nicknamed for various traits they show during training or combat. For instance, Echo is called such because he had a bad habit of repeating orders and directives given to him, even at the annoyance and dismay of his clone brothers. And Wilco was no different than the other clones when given his name. It's a character trait that fits the clone. If you have ever had any dealings with official radio traffic, or you've seen movies where radio communications are heavy in either a militaristic or aviation manner, then you'd recognize the word Wilco, most times preceded by the word Roger. Roger meaning understood or acknowledged, and Wilco basically meaning the given order will be carried out or complied with. Roger, Wilco, acknowledged, the order will be carried out, complied with. So Captain Wilco's name literally means compliance. In other words, he is a man of his word and can follow orders as given, as all clones were programmed to do. Remember, nicknames were given due to certain character traits of clones. Another great example of this is Captain Rex, Rex meaning king. Now, we know he wasn't the king of the clones, but he was the ranking officer to the most powerful Jedi of his time, Anakin Skywalker. Rex also had a brilliant knack for leadership, so his name suited him. But let's get back to Captain Wilco. Even though this is the first time we see Captain Wilco in any Star Wars capacity, we still get a good sense that his name was not a mistake. First, let's take the fact that he's a clone stormtrooper. Yes, I'm not making a mistake when I say that. That is confirmed on Wikipedia. He is a clone stormtrooper. And it's probably the first time we have heard the term clone stormtrooper. Anyways, he is a clone stormtrooper following the events of Order 66 and the rise of the Empire, and we all know what that means. Good soldiers follow orders. Wilco, being a good soldier, follows orders to a T, and with the directive given, he accommodates that, even showing his trait in hunting down the Bad Batch, or Clone Force 99. A clone hunting his brothers, due to orders given to him. A man following orders to kill his brothers. Trust me, I'm getting to the end of the episode 2 in just a bit. I need to get through this so it all makes sense to you. Okay, Wilco, the order will be complied with or carried out. Eliminate Clone Force 99. Roger Wilco. But a crack in his identity forms at the end of episode 2, and here come the spoilers. Admiral Rampart gives Captain Wilco an order when he arrives on Sereno. It seems the clone captain's report included the confirmation that the Bad Batch had survived the bombardment of Camino, but this will not do. As far as Admiral Rampart is concerned, the Misfit clones were eliminated, possibly even confirmed in a lie from one of the Bad Batch's own, Crosshair. But this report will make Admiral Rampart seem like a liar or a fool to his own Imperial superiors, and this cannot happen. He tells Wilco that the report needs to be rewritten, and with the elimination of any confirmation that Clone Force 99 had any involvement in the attempted heist on Count Dooku's fortress. But Captain Wilco disagrees with this order. He states that he will not lie on an official Imperial document. In one sense, this is a good soldier following official protocol and a directive given to him in the form of telling the truth on official reports. But his ranking officer just gave him an order that he refused to comply with. Then Admiral Rampart shoots Captain Wilco in the back and watches him plummet from the cliff. We can all see the surface level implications of this. Rampart's a bad guy. That's fairly evident. He didn't want to be made a fool when the truth about the Bad Batch came out to his superiors, or even Moff Tarkin himself. But it's a bit deeper than that. And this next part is where I have a problem with my own review of the episode, because it's so much better than I gave it credit for. After long thought on this, I realized Captain Wilco had to die. Not just because he was a clone stormtrooper who was trying to eliminate the heroes of the story, but rather because the moment he refused the order given to him by his superiors, he ceased to be Wilco. He was no longer compliant. His character changed immediately, and he was no longer the good soldier following orders, as his name suggested and as Order 66 directed. Now, I know the decision not to rewrite the report was the correct response. We all know this. But in a military setting, it's a bit more complicated than just following procedure. Documents are lied on, certain pieces omitted on official documents all the time. And when military personnel are given an order, they're to follow the last order they are given. In this case, lie on an official document. Right or wrong is a whole other discussion. Being raised a military brat, then joining the Navy myself, I can vouch for this. Most would follow the order given, then bring up the ranking officer's lies to their superior. But this is the Star Wars universe we're talking about, not the real world. We don't have clones that are bred for combat and following every order given. So Captain Wilco stopped being the good soldier following orders and even showed a deviation from his Order 66 directive. Remember, he still has his chip intact. Remember Obi-Wan Kenobi being told the clones will follow every order given? In turn, this changed the identity of Captain Wilco. Okay, time for the first little bonus discussion. The way Admiral Rampart disposed of Captain Wilco shows the ever-changing dynamic within the ranks. During the Clone Wars, clones and their superiors did what needed to be done to win the war. Everyone worked together to achieve a common goal, save for a few individuals like Jedi Master Pong Krell or Clone Sergeant Slick, who turned out not to be as slick as his name implied. But overall, the ranking officers and the clones worked together to win the war and bring peace to the Republic. But this new empire brought something different: opportunists. People who were only concerned with their own advancement, and Admiral Rampart is a great example of this. Killing Captain Wilco ensured his good name was safe and that he didn't seem like a fool, thus helping his career remain on the path it was on. Okay, now for the second bonus discussion. This new empire is also showing another side. We already know clones were getting phased out, and that the empire had no love for the past, only moving forward. As prestigious as Captain Wilco's rank was, he was expendable, and I'd venture to say we're all going to see more of that during this time period. It makes one feel bad for Wilco. He didn't deserve to go out like some worthless piece of trash. He deserved to die with honor in battle and what he was created for. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments. I love reading what you all have to say, and I do read all the comments and I reply as I can. I'll take the best comment and highlight it in my next video and give you a shout out. If the comment is really good, I may even make a video about it and give you full credit for it. Also, don't forget to leave a like for the video and subscribe to the channel to see more great Star Wars content. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, this is Gerald, a Star Wars fanatic, signing off, wishing you all great health, happiness, and peace. Be good to each other. Thank you all for watching, and remember, this is the way, and positivity in the Star Wars community is the only way.